Hey there, my friends. Welcome to Off the Cuff with SDJ. Hello. Come on in. We are going to get started today. I have a beautiful interview with Pragito Dove, and we are going to be talking about, well, all things meditation, but probably some things you wouldn't even expect. So come on in, my friends. Say hello. Let me know that you are hearing us and seeing us okay. Let me know that you are with me live, where in the world you're joining us from, and we will get started in just a couple of minutes with our guest, Pragito. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Hello, Mindy. Hi, Charlotte. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you, friends. Hello, Jen. Hi, Jay. Awesome. Hello, Helen. Hi, Patty and Barb and Carrie Ann and Michelle. Good to see you, beautiful souls. Woohoo! Awesome. Hey, Thomas. Hi, Johnny. Hey, Jen. Hello, Roseanne and Janelle and Mary and Melissa and Diana. All right. Look at all you popping on. Good to see you guys. All right. So today we have a special guest. Pragito Dove, and she is a meditation teacher, but she teaches all different kinds of meditation. We're going to talk about the different varieties of meditation. Do you meditate or do you not meditate? Do you meditate? I hope you do. Maybe by the end of the show, if you're not meditating, you'll be interested in meditating. And she's got some interesting, unique ways to meditate where it doesn't have to be so serious. So let's go ahead and I'm going to bring Pragito on. Hang tight, friends. Hello, my friend. How are you, Pragito?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you, Sunny. So pleased to be here today.
Awesome.
Yes.
Happy to have you here, my friend. We got lots of people popping on and saying hello. So what I want to start with is I just want to read your bio so everybody knows a little bit about you. What you do, and then we'll just dig into meditation. All right.
Great.
Okay, so Pragito Dove, MA, is a global authority on expressive meditation and founder of the #1 expressive meditation training school in North America. An internationally recognized author, hypnotherapist, coach, and speaker with over 20 years experience, Pragito helps entrepreneurs, leaders, and healers align their mindset to allow more peace, time, and financial freedom. Her new book is #1 Amazon bestseller, Lunchtime Enlightenment, Expressive Meditations for Manifesting Peace, Prosperity, and Passion. Awesome, Pragito. So happy to have you here, my friend.
Thank you. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here, Sunny.
Awesome. All right. So you got to tell us. So laughter, meditation. I know that because I know when I first heard it, I was like, okay, what is that? Because that seems to be a very opposite of each other. So talk to us a little bit about, well, first off, let's just hear a little bit about how did you get into meditation? Like, where did that start for you? Have you done it your whole life? Was it something that hit you in your 20s or 30s? Tell us a little bit about how you got started. And then what is laughter meditation?
Okay. So the reason I got started in it was because I had a very challenging childhood. And it was when my son was born that I realized if I didn't change myself, that I was going to pass on all my anger, my fear, my pain to him, that we'd have another miserable person on the planet. So I started looking around for what could help me. And I'd certainly heard of meditation, but I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't sit there because my mind was spinning a million miles an hour. I had all this emotional turmoil. I had a back pain that I couldn't seem to get rid of. I was smoking about 30 cigarettes a day, to try and sort of manage myself.
Mm-hmm.
And in all the looking around, I heard about a teacher called Osho, who was in India, and this whole range of meditation techniques. And I don't really know how this happened in a way, but I decided to ask for a name, and he gave me the name Pragito, which means song. And then I felt I just had to go there, but it's hard to say why. I just felt like I have to do this.
Yeah.
And by that time, my marriage was falling apart. Everything was falling apart. So I got on a plane to India with my baby son. And that's where I started to learn all these expressive meditation techniques, like the laughter and the tears, and the dynamic. There's humming, there's dancing, there's this whole range. And the idea is that you dump out in the first stage your emotions, like your anger, or your cry your tears, or laugh your joy. But you release all the emotional turmoil first, and then it's much easier to sit in silence. And so that really worked for me, because I simply couldn't sit in silence. But when I started to be able to express out all this turmoil, it also started releasing from my body. So my body felt a lot better too. Sure. And my mind started to calm down. And I found my center. I found myself, actually, because I'd been so heavily conditioned to be something I wasn't, or I didn't want to be. So that was the upshot. I found myself, and I found inner peace. I didn't even know I was looking for inner peace, I don't think. But
sure. No, it sounds like your spirit just called you to have that experience, and you didn't. If you would have known, oh, this is going to change your life and this is what you're going to do, you may not have even done it. You just had to go with that intuitive guidance that said, this is the way. And taking your baby, that's remarkable, Pragito, to take your child to a foreign country, to go experience what you don't know about, just because I have a feeling, right? I have a
And everybody thought I was crazy. And actually, I thought I was crazy too. At least my mind couldn't deal with it. So it was from my heart was so strong that we have to do this, without really knowing why I'm going or what's going to happen when I get there. Sure. But for sure, it's, one of the best things I've ever done, because I was able to get rid of all those inner tensions and find myself. I found my center. I found my inner peace. And then they asked me to train in all these meditations. I thought they were nuts. I thought, how can I possibly teach? Because I just thought of myself as such a mess,
Sure.
But they invited me to train. So I also did all the trainings for a very wide range of meditation techniques, including just sitting in silence, because by that time I could just sit in silence. Right. And so I learned from many traditions, the Zen tradition, the Sufi tradition, the Gurdjieffian tradition, Hote, the Laughing Buddha, the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, the Buddhist tradition. So I learned a lot about the traditions and the origins. And I learned also the new ones that Osho had updated and created for us, because he said, for us modern folks, just to sit in silence is just way too difficult with all this crazy way we live, with all the mental stimulus we get. Yeah. So he said, you have to release all your emotions and mental overload first. Then you can.
I love that. I love that. I think that's part of the challenge for people, why they never, it's like they try it and then they go, yeah, I can't do it. And then they just, that's just it. Because to get this silent just off the top, it just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. It's very, very difficult to do that way. And the other important thing I learned was to always start with the body. So always bring first your attention to your body, because meditation is based on relaxation. And with relaxation, you start with the body. And I think a lot of people think you have to start with the mind, but that's That's not a good way to go. So if you start with relaxing your body, then it's much easier to drop inside into that inner silence, because the mind will start to relax behind that. And so will the emotions when you start with the body. And I've also learned a lot of very simple and quick ways to help yourself get started, and tips and tricks and all of that.
Yeah, let's share a couple of them, because I think, like, I'm reading a couple of comments right now, Pragito. I've always tried to meditate, was unsuccessful, and I couldn't understand why. I was recently diagnosed with ADD and realized why I couldn't sit in silence. Perhaps this will work for me. So if you were going to give somebody like that, Rosanna, a suggestion of, okay, if that's the case, where do you start? Then what would that be?
Yeah, well, first of all, you have to understand what meditation is and what it is not. So meditation is a quality of presence that you can bring to any activity. It doesn't matter what the activity is, just that you are fully present with it. And what I suggest is start with things that you enjoy. Because when you're doing things that you enjoy, why wouldn't you be present?
Sure.
And so then that is meditation. Because, see, I think a lot of people think meditation has to be sort of like this, sitting or chanting mantras. But that is one technique of many. There's hundreds of techniques. Right. The real point is the quality of your presence with the activity. So you could be cooking your dinner fully present. So then that's meditation. You could be taking the trash out fully present. That's meditation. Yeah. So really the secret is to notice when you are fully present. Notice, I'm fully present now. Yay! Because that's a moment, and the moments start to add up. Right. And when you are enjoying yourself, the likelihood of you being fully present is very high. Sure. So then that's meditation, because meditation doesn't have to be sitting like this, Right. Yeah. The vision I think a lot of people have, if they're not familiar, is, cross-legged, om, all day long. And I think also a lot of times, I know this is how I felt when I was first told you need to meditate, was I thought that meditation was a time for me to get answers. Like I was going to open up and I was going to throw out these questions. The spirit was going to talk to me right now and the answers were to come. And I didn't realize, for myself anyway, that meditation is absolutely, you said the word, it's my way of being present to the energy of who I am, my spirit, my connection. And in that presence, then I carry that throughout the other 23 and a half hours of the day that allow the messages, the signs, all of those things to come. But it isn't in that time. It's that time creates the experience. Yes. My experience. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. Because if you say, okay, I'm going to sit in silence for 10 minutes and I want answers, right. You create a lot of tension with that.
Yes. And tension and pressure. And then I'm not good enough. I'm not doing it right. Nobody cares about me. I can't even get the spirit world to listen. Like all of those stories. Yeah. But see, when you relax and you start with relaxing the body and just know that during your day, the likelihood of you being present during a lot of your activities is very high. Because when you're working, maybe when you're on the phone talking to a friend, you're fully present. And so that is meditation. And that is what will help to invite your answers. If you've asked your questions or if you want guidance, it's just going to drop in. I mean, it happens to me a lot in the shower. I don't know why, or about 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. I get things dropping into my head, but not because I sat down and said, I want answers now. Just to be relaxed about everything, about life, and the answers will come. And the other thing that happens is your creativity will arise.
And you really want your creativity for many reasons, because, and also creativity helps you make money, and helps bring answers to solutions, to situations in your life.
Sure.
So really just overall learning to be relaxed about life, and relaxing your body. The breathing helps with that. Laughter helps with that. Enjoying yourself helps with that. Following your passions helps with that. There's a lot of things that can help you to be relaxed. And then it unfolds. Everything unfolds sort of for you. Yeah.
Well, because I mean, we are creative beings. That's what we're here. We create beings ourselves with our bodies. Like, we are creative beings. So when we're not in that energy of creativity, I think that there's a lot more attention on lack when we're missing that creativity.
Yes, they're very true. And another thing I want to just mention here is that we have to be careful not to judge ourselves, because judgment is an energy that kind of puts a stop on the flow of our energy.
Yeah.
And a bit like in a river, when beavers or something, they create a dam and there's a little pond there and the water goes stagnant because it's not connected to the flow of the river.
Right.
So that's what we do to ourselves when we judge ourselves. So opposite of judgment, acceptance. So learning to accept ourselves no matter what, because we're not, nobody's perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's just about accepting who you are in this moment, in each moment.
Right. Which is presence, staying in that present moment. If you're in comparison, and you have to be looking in the past to be able to compare, getting into judgment, etc. So that present moment. Okay, so here's my question. So a lot of people are talking about how they get messages in the shower, and or washing dishes, or with their hands in the water. And I'm the same way. I keep a notebook. I keep a notebook, but now I actually have a waterproof paper. One of my clients sent me, because I talked about how I always get messages in the tub. So I'm a tub person, but I'll always get messages in the tub. So all people are talking about that. It's a great place to get that information. But we've got to have an experience with laughter yoga, because laughter meditation, because I've never done it. I never have done it. Although I laugh all the time, and I think that that's because I am present, that I can be in the energy of laughter, and I love joy and humor and fun. But I'd love to have you share an experience of laughter meditation with us, so that everybody could have an idea of what it's like, and that feeling, that emptiness, it sounds like, to be able to then connect.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe we'll just do a very short little laughter meditation.
Let's do it.
Okay, great. So what we're going to do first is put your arms up in the air like this and shout, Yahoo! Yahoo! So we do that 3 times, and then we just burst out laughing. Now, I'm not a stand-up comedian. There's no talking in any language that you understand. It's just laughing. And you might have to fake it a bit till you make it, because you will make it, because we are meant to laugh. We have an inexhaustible source of laughter in us that just keeps coming to the surface. So we're just going to laugh for no reason.
Okay.
And then
you guys got to do it with us. You can't be just this is not a watch us experience. It's a participatory experience. You got to do it too.
Great. So then I will do 1 chime, and we'll sit in silence.
Okay.
Now, if there's still laughter bubbling up, allow it. Don't force it down. Always allow your laughter, because what's going to happen is over time, the laughter will die away and you'll drop into a deeper silence. And then I'll do 3 chimes, and that will be the end of our meditation.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm ready.
All right, so let's go. Yahoo!
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 Yahoo! Okay, so that was interesting, friends. I'd love to have you guys share in the comments what you experienced in that. I'll tell you, I haven't done that before, but what I noticed literally was when I pulled in to silence, I could feel the energy come in very quickly. You know, because laughter is like our energy's out. And then when we get quiet, it pulled it in, and I could feel I don't want to say density because it didn't feel heavy, but I could feel that energy pull in very quickly where it doesn't, I mean, yes, I've meditated for 20 years. I can pop in and out, but it was palpable how quickly it moved. So that was really interesting, really cool. Let's see what people are saying, Pragito. My favorite practice of all. It was fun. Loved it. Joyful. Felt like a complete idiot, but I loved it.
That's good.
I really did start laughing a little better, crying, calming, or crying at the same time, but for joy. Had a little laugh in silence. Loved this feeling a lot. Calming, joyful, awesome. After the laughter, I was able to be present immediately. Laughter automatically came. That was fun. Oh my God, it works. Love the silence after. So that's a great, for those of you that struggle with meditation, because I struggled with meditation when I first learned, and I think it's because of the idea of what I thought it was versus what it really was, which you had a great simple explanation that a lot of people don't understand. And I was so in my head around it. So this takes you right out of there. Like if you're going to laughing at nothing, which is laughter, and you get into it, then you're out of the place of what I should be doing or where I should be. And then you can just be in the allowance of it, right? That's really what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, see, laughter is just this amazing phenomena that we all have within us. It's free. And what happens is it sort of erases the mind, because you can't be worried and laughing at the same time. The energy of the laughter is so powerful that it erases the mind. So it's a very good practice for healing fear, anxiety, stress. And the other thing it does is it releases a lot of tensions from the body, from the physical body, and it opens the heart. So it's very good for relationships because everybody likes to have a good laugh or be around somebody that laughs easily and has a good sense of humor. And so it really facilitates your relationships as well. Because if you can laugh with somebody, then you're probably not going to end up hating them in any way. It's kind of hard to hate someone you laugh with. And the other thing is, it kind of acts as a bridge to bring you to connect with your soul, to that silence, because when we laugh like that and follow it with silence, the energy of the laughter takes us down inside. So instead of struggling because the mind's trying to stop you going down inside, the energy of the laughter just kind of bypasses the mind and says, get out of the way. We're going straight down to your center, which is 2 inches below the navel, and brings the energy down here out of the head, which is then makes you feel more relaxed, more calm. And then you have more clarity, more awareness. Your creativity is more readily available. Your sense of humor is right there. And it feels good, you know?
Yeah.
And yet it's a technique, you know, it's a meditation technique created by Hetei, the laughing Buddha, back in the 16th century Japan. So
I love the laughing Buddha. Love the laughing Buddha. I think too, that was the pull that I felt, was that being pulled down into So that's awesome, amazing, great little simple exercise.
Totally simple. It's free. You can do it with some friends. You can do it on your own. You can find funny videos on YouTube to get you start laughing, you know. There's a lot of different ways to get that laughter going. And the cool thing is, the more you do it, the easier it gets. And you can laugh for longer and longer periods of time. And it's deeply healing.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's really moving the energy, and it's also bringing in that energy, even if it feels fake initially, then it isn't. Then it's like, okay, even if you're just laughing that you're laughing at what you're not laughing at, then that's funny too. So like that joy energy. So joy is the highest vibration, highest frequency of love, highest expression of love. So it's like, it's a win.
Yeah. And laughter is also a dimension of love.
Sure.
So, because when we're all laughing together, then the heart's busted open and we're all loving each other as well. And that, like you said, the joy, and there's playfulness, and there's fun. And I like to laugh every day. I like to have a practice that I laugh every day.
Well, any of you need to borrow my husband. He'll make you laugh every day. I laugh every day, and it's sometimes at him and sometimes with him. It just depends. Yes, laughter is important. It's important for me. I'm for sure it's important for me. Laughter. I love laughter. Funny, fun, just fun, playful, lighthearted. But cool into that presence. Presence.
Yes, and it's also because you mentioned, you know, meditation seeming so serious, like when we started. And what I learned through the laughter meditation was the difference between seriousness and sincerity. So I'm very sincere about meditation. I'm very sincere about everything I do in my work and so on, but I'm not serious about it. And so when I learned that, it really helped me. It like gave me permission, because I'd never laughed like that in my whole life, you know? And in fact, I was always shut down. Stop laughing so much, because I was a very giggly little girl, but I was always told to stop giggling and laughing and so on. So when I found this technique, which is like, you gotta laugh, I just loved it. So it just released so much.
Okay, that was a really good point, Pragito. Serious versus sincerity. I just want to make sure you all caught that, because that that really paints a different picture of what, like I think a lot of times when whether it's you become an adult, you become a parent or whatever it is, it's like, okay, now this life has got to be serious now. And I think that's a great way of looking at it, to change it to sincerity, because you can be very sincere and be high vibration, humor, joyful, laughter, where seriousness, it's like it takes the fun out of things.
Yes. And that's more the mind, like you have to be serious,
right,
right. And we don't actually, we want to be sincere, I think, but we don't want to be too serious about everything, because that creates tensions and stress.
Right. Yeah. So we just need to get over ourselves in the serious department and get into the sincerity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell us about you. So you've got a class coming up, Laughter Meditation for Manifestation. So tell us about that. What would somebody learn taking a class like that, Pragito?
Well, we're certainly going to be doing the laughter meditation, so you have to be willing to laugh. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing.
Twist my arm.
Yeah. And then what I like to focus on in this class is how powerfully it helps you to manifest what you want, because we want to be at the highest vibrational level possible. Like, say, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a very negative vibration and 10 being the highest vibration. So we want to keep ourselves up at an 8, 9, 10, sure. All the time. Mm-hmm. Because then we are, when we are setting our intentions and whatever it is we want in our lives, we have a much higher chance of attracting it. Mm-hmm. Because love, gratitude, forgiveness, laughter, joy, all of these reside up at a 10 or a 9, those energies. And so you learn more about that in this training, because you can start to manifest things that you want much quicker than maybe you have in the past. Mm-hmm. Because
you're in a higher frequency.
Yeah. And it's a way you can learn to keep yourself up in that higher frequency. Like some of my students who've been with me for years, they've learned how to do that. And like the other day, one of them said, oh, I just felt like I was in a real funk and like I could feel my vibe was going down. So she said, so I just started laughing. Mm-hmm. Started laughing in the middle of my living room, and then I felt great, so she's learned how to bring herself back.
Yes.
And the awareness of, like, for example, if you're on the phone with a friend and you hang up and suddenly you feel really down, it starts to help you be aware of, okay, why did my energy go down when I was talking with her, for example? What is that a relationship I want to continue, or do I, what's that about for me? So it just also helps bring awareness to other aspects of your life when your energy isn't maybe as high as you want it to be, and you can just start an inquiry into, okay, so how come, that this person or that person, whatever it is, or this situation, and sometimes locations bring us down too, or types of weather, Sure. This is why I ended up in Arizona, because I don't suit the rain and cold. I get all grumpy and miserable.
Yep, that's my name is Sunny Dawn. Hello. Yeah. Like I have got to be where the sun is, and if I'm not, I'm probably going to be a miserable bitch. I'm just saying. I can do it for a few days, but after a few days, it's just I can't do it.
Yeah. So I sort of discovered that about myself. So I moved here to Tucson, Arizona, and every day I wake up and I feel happy for no reason, because I find myself in the right environment for me. And everybody doesn't like the sun. Some people love the rain, or they like the mountains or the snow and the cold. It doesn't matter, just that you are where suits you. Mm-hmm. So it helps you bring awareness to that, to what all the things that can help you keep your vibe up and make you happier. So you have a happier life.
Right. Which in turn helps you to create what it is you want, which keeps the joy, which then creates more of what you want, which then feeds. That doesn't mean that things aren't going to happen. It just means that you get into that higher vibrational state so you can receive what it is that you truly are desiring.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. And you also learn when things don't go your way, because everything doesn't go our way all the time. You can get past that much quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. So if they want to find out about that class, then they probably go to your website, discovermeditation.com.
Yep.
Okay, so if you're interested in the class, Laughter Meditation for Manifestation, you're going to go to discovermeditation.com. Pragito's also got on her website free abundance activation 3-part video series where you can grab that. It's discovermeditation.com/contact.
Yes.
Okay, so let's ask a couple of off-the-cuff questions.
Okay.
Okay. What is your favorite quote?
Ooh. I have one actually here in my book. I have to read it. Can I read it, or am I supposed to know it?
Nope, you can read it.
It's about love.
Okay.
Because I love talking about love.
Me too.
So this is by a German poet called Rainer Maria Rilke. And he says, for one human being to love another, that is perhaps the most difficult task of all, the work for which all other work is but preparation. It is a high inducement to the individual to ripen, a great exacting claim upon us, something that chooses us out and calls us to vast things.
Yeah, that's deep and beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Okay, next question. What is your greatest quality?
Oh, my greatest quality is well, I have two. Creativity and enthusiasm.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Those are great qualities for sure. Okay, what is your not so great quality?
Not good at technology. Does that count?
That is, I think that's a skill, but it seems to be a quality these days. A lot of people struggle with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. All right, if you were a billboard, if you could put a billboard anywhere that you wanted, with anything that you wanted to say, what would you say and where would it be?
Oh, it would be about love. So, well, yeah, off the cuff. Love heals fear. Focus on love. And where would it be? I guess where's most people in New York, in New York, in Times Square, I guess. Okay,
that'd be a good place. More people would see it there, probably, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a big love focus too. Okay, last question is, what is one thing that you have in the space that you're in right now that you cannot live without?
Oh gosh, these questions. In my house, you mean?
Yep.
One thing that I have in my house that I cannot live without. I think maybe it would be my meditation cushion with the zafutan. You know, it's got a square there and then the round cushion. I really love that. I really love that. I have a little meditation room.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't have, so you've got the square and then the round goes on top of it, right? So
Yeah.
your legs are cushioned and your butt. Okay. Yep. That is what I usually do with the 2 cushions. So I didn't know there was one you could get that all goes together.
Yeah, I got it on Amazon.
Amazon.com.
Yep.
Awesome. Beautiful. All right, my friend. So if you could say just any last message for our audience.
Love yourself, accept yourself no matter what, and laugh every day.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Laugh every day.
Yep.
Sure. Don't take yourself so seriously. Just be sincere. I love that. Love that. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us, Pragito. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for all of you that were watching. And again, if you're interested in checking out Pragito's free video series or her laughter meditation for manifestation, then you can go to discovermeditation.com. All right, friends. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Take care.
Thank you.
You bet, honey.